Why is it wood? Why is it wood? Why is it wood? Good evening,
Yes, sir.
everybody.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
Yes, sir. Back
Yeah,
again.
you're wrong.
I've been gone
Once
for two
again.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah. We had a watch along on Sunday. That went pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, much
Biggest game
better
of the
than I
weekend.
much better than I anticipated for us.
100%.
Yeah, but
100%.
yeah, it went pretty well. But before we get into the nitty gritty, let's talk a little bit about the channel, guys. Go on to our YouTube, subscribe, comment,
Like,
share the
subscribe.
video. And there was my partner, yes, share the life, share the life, share the life. All right,
Well,
guys.
you see that?
So I gonna put in the chat the YouTube link so you could share that, put that on your guys' WhatsApp, share that on the social media platforms. You know, let's get more people giving their views on the football. You know, no, we boy G. We're already getting talk about Amarin. No more Amarin in. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So we had a big weekend in the Premier League. We had some big games over the weekend. Starting with none other than the biggest derby in England
Yeah,
is
nowhere else to start but there.
yes, Liverpool versus Manchester United on Sunday. So Webb, I haven't talked to you since that game. So give me your views, on the game and what you thought about, everything overall.
I I tell my partner that the other day, I don't be surprised we get a result. Because I feel like we in the phase of our transition where we will lose the games we expect to win and win or draw the games we expect to lose. And that was when it comes to these, especially in derby matches and historically, I mean, Liverpool has always been our biggest rival historically. I feel like you take rivalry out the door. And not rivalry, I would say. You take
Form.
form
Yeah.
out the door when it comes to these matches because I saw Bruno play one of his best games in that game. I was watching that game. I was thinking, what? That is Bruno. So Bruno can play a short pass. So Bruno can dribble. So Bruno, so I was just appalled by his performance. He was one of our better players on the field. All I Martinez, he was
Hmm.
so poor recently, and I was thinking Liverpool going to exploit that by using Trent and Robertson to dump a lot
Hmm.
of crosses in the box because that's where we're vulnerable, especially on Martinez's side.
Hmm.
Martinez, apart from the goal, the man had a beast game as well.
Yeah.
He defended very well. I don't know. I just feel like the whole team contributed. They really played their part. All Menu, he wasn't recently there. He wasn't on form. I was like, what happened to Menu? But on Sunday we saw the Menu that we know that have the potential to be that type of midfielder that we need. So I just feel like everybody played their part, and if we can get that type of performance week in week out, we can put in a run of results.
Yeah. I think I guess to add on to your points there, um it didn't really surprise me that we were up for that kind of game. I think that is a conversation we've been having about United for a number of years now, where they can get up for a big game, but then when they play the teams that you would think that they should be beating, they struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what I like about the coach so far is that based on what I seen in my two eyes, he kind of saying the same thing, and that making me feel good because we play in teams, and he said, okay, we're gonna suffer, we're gonna, the guys didn't have time to train with him, you could see now that this is the first time we had maybe a week to train with him. How it impact the team, right? Now, there are still a few players I think that maybe confidence, like you mentioned, Kobe Mano. Like I want to see him play more forward passes, be more brave with the ball. Not be so passive sometimes. Maybe go for the safe pass all the time. That was
Mm-hmm.
frustrating me a little bit in this game, but I could see why maybe in this game he was being a little bit more conservative. But at the same time, shout out to Martinez. Like you say, he's been struggling the last few weeks. Had a terrible game against Newcastle the week
Mm-hmm.
before. But I want to make a point there. So I think when you look at the team, I think what you saw against Newcastle, what you see against Liverpool, highlighting the importance of a midfield and a midfield
Mm-hmm.
playing discipline, right, and playing, you know, for each other and with each other. Because when you think about it, like you say, Bruno played one of his best games, for us in a very long time. And part of the thing I heard Bruno say after the game was that he was trying to be more conservative, not just to try to go for the glory passes, keep the ball. And that's something the coach has been talking about. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we get scared when we have the ball, like we're scared to just keep possession of the ball. And I could tell certain times that he wanted to play the forward passes and then he played the safe pass and just keep it ticking. And that makes a big difference, right? Because that gives the defender some time to rest. That gives, the attacking players time to get into position. I think Darlow targeted Trent. It's
Mm-hmm.
the first time I see Darlow go past anybody in the last 2 months. So, I think he targeted Trent, and the coach made some good substitutions as well. When he brought on Garnacho, to put Trent under some more pressure on the right side and stuff like that. So, in general, I saw some stuff that was good, but I still, I don't know, I still not really buying it because I still feel we have some players in that team that I don't know if they feel like they're too big for their britches or whatever, but like when they play the smaller teams, we don't see the same level of effort. So until I start seeing some of those, some of that effort, and the coach keeps saying it, right? If you finish a game and you're not tired, then then it's not good. So, we need to see that effort week in, week out. And then, for the January transfer window, there we really, really, really have to see if we could find one or two players that could play in those wing back positions, because I think if we keep on going on with Darlow and them guys for the rest of the season, I think we're really gonna struggle. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
the people in the chat, give us all your views. I know everybody not United fans, but give us all your
We
views
never
on
mention
the on the
we
game.
never mention about that, Raji. We talk about the referee. We never mention about the referee. We always got the referee against us, so we don't have to talk about it. So we're just talking about the team's performance. We're not talking about Liverpool's 12 man.
Yeah, we're not talking about referee. Referee, not part of it. I feel like it was a harsh call. We've had a couple of harsh calls, I feel, in terms of that, them close proximity penalties that they give it, and then like the day before Joel Linton handled a ball and led to a goal against
Mm-hmm.
was it who they were playing
Arsenal,
against Spurs,
no,
against
Arsenal
Spurs.
play. Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't chuck it back. So but anyway, so that was the biggest game of the weekend, the 2-2 with Liverpool and United. In terms of Liverpool, what do you think in terms of their play? You think how the game turned out was kind of partly because of how we played, or because they played poorly?
I think both. Well, I think Liverpool underestimated us, and Virgil talked about that at the end of the game on his post-match comments. He feel like they were just going to roll over us, and they didn't respect us. You saw that in some of the performances, especially Trent. He was very laissez-faire, I would say, in tracking back in the right back, and as you see, even Darlow was dancing on him. So I was even surprised when I saw Darlow put the ball past him. I just chuckled to myself. I said, my boy head in Madrid already.
Yeah.
he's born he's born in Anfield, but he's there in the Bernabeu.
Yep.
So he just didn't look like him. Like yeah, he played some good passes and whatnot. Obviously, that is strength. That is very strong, but over the past, like especially this season, he has been showing he better defensively, but he revert to default settings in that game. But yeah, I give the midfield was strong. They you could see like they had the numbers advantage in the midfield. Sometimes Kobe and Ugarte they get past. So you can see the gap in that midfield. But other than that, I feel like the Sal was non-existent by the penalty. Diaz had a terrible game. He got hooked.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's his name was supposed to get a red card when he came on.
That's Darwin, right?
Nunes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Who again? I just
Yeah,
besides the goal
Salah
again,
really
I
didn't
don't
do much
think
in that game either. Apart from the
right
penalty, he
Gakpo.
scored, he didn't do much.
Besides the goal, I don't see Gakpo again. And we had 50-50 possession at Anfield. So yeah, I feel like they didn't take us seriously and not come back to bite them.
But Gakpo was about to be hooked, right before he scored that goal. You're gonna sub him. I think that as in him, they had already given the commentators and everything, and then he scored a goal, so they kept him on. So,
Oh, okay.
um,
Well, that
yeah,
exactly. He was non-existent before the goal. Well, good goal
yeah.
though, and send
Well,
back
goal, but
to Bayern.
this shows the difference in levels, right? Because Virgil van Dijk had the same scenario against Garnacho, and Virgil just basically stay calm and they let
Yeah,
Garnacho kind of do his thing and
I
then just kick the ball out.
Garnacho not the best dribblers for me. So,
Yeah,
Garnacho
but to
just
me,
visualize
to me,
mismatch.
a player of Gakpo ability. I know Gakpo not loves to do that cut back and finesse.
Yeah, yeah,
And a man like Delete with your national teammate. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure them guys have played against each other many
yeah,
times. So you should know that. You know what I'm saying? I respect the effort trying to block the shot, but he should be a little more conservative there. And if you're gonna shoot it to me, if his left foot across the goal, let him shoot it with his left foot. I prefer
yeah.
that
You
than the
should
finesse. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. And delete, like, I feel he was hard done by the penalty and like he
Yeah,
got skinned on that goal. But besides that, he had a good game.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
had a
yeah.
good game. He's been one of our better players lately, and he just getting the running on the stick nowadays. I don't know. Like I feel like the fans tuning on him early, but I feel like he's a good player for us.
I feel it'll be all right, man. I feel it'll be all right. But to me, any defender who playing behind a midfield that is not protective, they'll struggle. So you
Mm-hmm.
need a solid base in midfield, and then you can build from there. So we talk about the United game for a little while now. So let's move on to some of the other games we had over the weekend. So yesterday we had Forest versus Wolves. Forest won that game 3-0. Nottingham Forest is third in the table, same amount of points as Arsenal, 6 points behind
Seriously.
Liverpool.
Mm.
Yes, with let me see, their goal difference is 10, but the 40 points, they have won 5 games in a row, and the same amount of points as Arsenal. So is Nottingham Forest in the title race? I mean, based on after 20 games in the season and the 6 points behind Liverpool, you can't discount them. But
And
we've
they're the
seen
only
we've
team
seen
to
Leicester
beat
win a
Liverpool, you
league.
know. They were the
Yeah.
only teams to beat Liverpool, so you can't come them out.
Yep. Yep.
Chris
Right.
Wood, if he can keep consistent,
Boy,
yeah, yeah, one game
Forest
more
is
than
playing some good
Liverpool.
football. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Then you had then you had that game we spoke about. So that the other game on Sunday was the Fulham Ipswich
Tottenham.
that finished 2-2 on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. Then you had on Saturday you had quite a few games. So Newcastle beat Spurs 2-1 in
Newcastle.
London. Yeah, Newcastle is fifth in the table, 45 points. Newcastle as well, 5 games in a row they've won. So they're one of the form teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Isak is on fire. Isak scored again today, I think, against Arsenal in the cup. I think he went off. I think with a little injury today, so I don't know. Maybe hopefully not too bad. But there were rumors that Arsenal would be going in for Isak, but I think Arsenal got spent 150 million on a
Mm,
striker in January.
and not in January.
Yeah. Then you had Aston Villa with Leicester played Leicester, but they won a game 2-1. You had Bournemouth, Everton 1-0 to Bournemouth. Chelsea again with another draw. Chelsea has drawing quite a few games recently.
In 10 days, them and title race over. You see how
Yeah,
the Premier League can change really quick.
I'm telling you, bro.
So if we
Chelsea
have a
last
couple
five
results,
games. Chelsea last 5 games, they have 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 games.
right,
So,
exactly. And after Spurs, everybody was talking about title race. I
yep,
mean, most of the fans like Rafik and them always talk about like they're not in the title race, but the table doesn't lie. So we have to call it how it is.
exactly, exactly. Um, what else we had? So we had also City playing West Ham. City beat West Ham 4-1.
City back to
Um,
winning ways.
yeah, but West Ham has been struggling, boy. West Ham. Let me look at West
I don't
Ham
know
team.
how Lopetegui is still there, to be
Yeah,
honest.
West Ham. West Ham is the last 5 games they have same record as Chelsea: 1 win, 2 losses, 2 draws in the last 5 games. Who else we had? We had Southampton, Brentford. Brentford a walk on Southampton this weekend, 5-0.
Yeah, they sacked the manager. It's best that keep him because they used to play some good football. They used to lose, but
Yeah,
they used to play some nice, neat football.
Brentford is actually 11th in the table. Um, then
That's
you
one of
had
our rivals. We can't let Brentford win games.
the last game of the weekend was Arsenal against Brighton, 1-1. Arsenal drew against Brighton, 1-1. The Arsenal fans, I mean, are you guys still in this? You guys in the title race? Well, what do you guys think? Well, what's going on with you guys? Because
Well,
I hear Arsenal fans talking too much.
the the the, the um the corner perfectionist Saka is out injured,
He out
So
injured.
Stoke. You remember when Stoke was missing War, the lap he couldn't do the long throws.
The long
they
throws.
get relegated. So
Well,
they're Stoke plus not do nothing. Look, they lose today against the Carabao Cup.
yep. And I think they actually looking at um I think there's a two-legged, right? Two-legged semifinals.
Semi-final too. Like I never understand that though. Like why?
They're talking about cutting
Oh,
down games, and you have a knockout competition with 2 legs. That don't make no
with
sense to
two
me. I
legs.
mean,
That
cut,
always baffled me. Like why they have
they
two
could cut
legs.
that down. They could cut that
Mm-hmm.
down. All right. So yeah, those are the games for the weekend. So if you look at the table, if we just look at discuss the table real quick. Let me share the table with everybody so we could just go through it. Let me see. Okay. So the table, we have Liverpool at the top, 46 points, 1 game in hand. We have Arsenal second, 6 points behind. And Arsenal and Liverpool on the same thing. They draw, win, 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 draw in the last 5 games.
Nottingham
Forest,
Forest have five
five
wins.
wins in a row.
That's the best I think in club history.
Yep. The next game is Liverpool. That's a big game. If Forest can get something from Liverpool,
Yeah, but they're the only team that beat Liverpool this season, so they have an opportunity to do the double right now.
boy, if they can get something from Liverpool, then that'll be big for Arsenal. But Arsenal need to take advantage, when they get their
Uh,
chances.
I don't expect
We
that.
actually did them a favor, by joining Liverpool. We keep them closer. Chelsea fourth, 36 points. Newcastle on 35. City, despite all their woes, still top six.
I know
That's
that's the
crazy.
show
That's crazy to me.
the Premier League.
That's crazy to me.
Incredible.
Bournemouth,
34 points.
33. Villa, Fulham, Brighton, Brentford. Spurs all the way down. Let's talk about Um, what's their manager name again?
Po- uh,
Big Ange.
Postecoglou,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's talk about Big Ange getting the sack. But I mean, I think sometimes the fans are a little bit unrealistic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's like okay, they want attacking football, but attacking football sometimes come with losses. Now, when I watch a team like West Ham was not in the bottom half of the table, when Moyes was there. West Ham was up there, somewhere between 10th and 6, fighting, making
Mm-hmm.
European football. They won a European trophy and they started saying, oh, Moyes playing boring football and blah, blah, blah. Look now, they get a manager and they can't win, they can't buy away. So fans have to be careful what they're asking for, you know. Let's just bring it up. We don't want to go too far down the table, because we're going past 14. But yeah. So okay, I can't do that right now. So then yeah, we have the bottom three: Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton. Southampton look like they relegated already. To be honest, 6 points after 20 games. That's really abysmal. Terrible, terrible,
Mm-hmm.
terrible, terrible. But anyway,
Yeah, straight
Southampton
to
next
two.
game is Manchester United.
And they might get the 3 points there.
Can you imagine? We go to Anfield, get a point, and then Southampton beat us. But hey, not impossible.
Yeah.
That. Boy. So let me. Okay. So now, I mean, so now we in the January transfer window. In the January transfer window, and I mean, I guess we are United fans, so we can talk a little bit about what we maybe want to see realistically from our team, and then we want to see in the chat what are the fans from their team looking for from their team. Transfer window. So go ahead. What do you think? What are
Yeah.
you thinking? Transfer window wise.
Well, you have to look at first and always to see somewhere what value for money and value in the transfer market. To be honest, we we need attackers like on the wing, on center forward. I just feel like all the attackers is just not it. But if you look at the transfer window, who you have available,
Yeah.
just not many people are available. And you have to be very shrewd in the when you're doing your business in January as well. And I mean, there are some gems out there like Ferguson got Vidic from a team
I think it
in
was
Serbia.
Spartak Moscow. I don't want them teams.
Yeah, something like that. Like in it was in Serbia. Or I can't remember, but Vidic was an unknown player. Vidic and Evra, both of them in January transfer window in 2005 for little money. And they became stars. I mean, obviously you have to do coaching and all that too. But
Mm.
you have to be very shrewd in the January. But I don't see anybody available. Maybe we can on over a gem, but we need a striker and we need a left back. We need a wing back because as much as Dalo did it against Trent, but not every day
Mm-hmm.
he'll have Trent. You check?
Yeah.
And I feel like he ball watches a lot. I just feel like he and Mazurari should be sharing the right.
The right side. Yep.
Yeah, and we need a
I
left.
think actually think Dalo would be better on the right side than Mazari as a right wing back. I
Yeah, I
think he would
feel
fit that role
Mazurari.
offensively
Mm-hmm.
better. You know.
Yeah, Mazurari would be the right defender, or he could, I don't know, flip swap with like Euro or whatnot. But I just feel like we need that left wing back. We linked with that partner from PSG. They they say
Yeah.
with what's his name? With Ten Hag, we buy all Ajax players. Now Amorim start to bring all
Or
sporting
sporting player.
players, former sporting players, because I feel that me he used to play for Sporting before PSG.
Yeah. I saw. I
So
saw.
I don't.
I saw they were saying that he'll be interested. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing if you can get one of them guys on a loan. You know what I'm saying? Get especially in January there. If he over there and happy, give him a loan, pay his wages, bring him over for 6 months, and let's see what happens. If he if things go well, then maybe we can pick him up, from PSG. But you
Yeah.
know, I think that position is definitely something that we need to address going into the rest of the season. Left wing back. I think we have on the right side between Ahmad, Dalo, Mazwari. I feel we have, decent options on the right side where we can kind of have guys rotate based on who you're playing against. Um, I think, honestly, our defenders, I think, are okay for now. I don't think we need to necessarily spend money on defenders. But we need to get, to me, we still need a midfielder that is comfortable on the ball, bro. Like, comfortable with playing forward passes. A guy who's willing to work hard. And I don't know if Kobe Mano is getting instructions, so just take it easy. But I want to see him be braver with the ball. When he get the ball to me, sometimes he doesn't even look forward. It's like the easy pass for him is just play, the sideways pass, something like that. So maybe if he play a little bit, more positive. I saw a rumor today that Kobe Mano looking for 200K for his contract.
I saw that. I saw that too. I mean, it's the culture on the
Boy,
club, and you see, if Kobe stay here, he might get rotten to it. Because the culture on the club, we reward mediocrity, and we give what's his name coming in 200 Anthony. So like when you see other players getting that and they don't even play, it's just the culture on the club. The whole culture need to change.
yeah,
And
but
I
I,
don't
I,
know
I
if
wonder I wonder how much he making now. I mean, if you making 50K
that's his
now,
first contract. Probably making like less than 50K. I don't know.
yeah. So
Like
if to
Kobe
go
Mano
from
came in last season.
yeah, so
Was
to
it
go from
wasn't it last
let's say
season's
at
first
thirty
season?
k to go from 30K to 200K, bro. I'm not saying that you can ask for what you want. He may be going at the high end, but bro, you're not gonna get that, man. Come on, 200K, and that is part of the problem that
Chelsea
Trent
will be
having
willing
now.
to give it to him.
Well, but Chelsea gonna play Kobe Meno, bro. They might have so many midfielders. Like,
Uh,
you know,
I don't know.
I don't know, but I,
Getting a sweat. I haven't been seeing is
but that's what I'm saying.
Caicedo and Enzo.
Lavia do get in sweat, but Lavia is a better player than Kobe Mino at this point. If
Mm-hmm.
so if he can't get sweat, then Kobe Mino ain't gonna get sweat. I think we are in a good place, but we have to be able to lock down those young guys. If we're gonna sell players like Garnacho, I saw a rumor that Atletico Madrid wanted to put a bid in for him. If we're gonna sell them guys, then we sell them guys, get rid of them guys and move on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I think a striker is something that we need, like a proven goal scorer.
Lavia injured
Um,
again, Rafi.
boy,
I don't money we got paid again.
I feel like we need a striker, but so Rafik Rajiv, you know, Brad, what are you saying in terms of
All the
all
teams
your teams and what are you looking for? You know,
in terms of players
from
coming in.
players coming in, maybe players going out. I know. That big topic right now is Trent and the Real Madrid and all them thing there.
But it's not Trent alone. I heard the commentator say, what's his name? Virgil was on his last year as well.
Virgil on his last year. Virgil on his
Salah
last
and
6 months.
Trent.
Salah on his last month and Trent. All three of them.
Wow. Well, Liverpool have money to give out. It's either one of them that have to get the big contract. I don't know, one or two of them. I don't know all three of them will get the big contract.
But Jimmy Carragher made a good point. And I think in general, you find that in any industry, not just in football, where if let's say you start working for a company, you start, from the bottom, mail room, and you find it hard to get the big raises, like, you find it hard to get the big unless if you leave, go somewhere else and then come back and work for them, then you can demand big money. Very similar to like what going on with Trent. It's like they figure Trent is a homegrown player. He should be happy to play for Liverpool. They challenging for bigger trophies. So the teams find it harder to pay those players the big contract compared to a guy that they brought in, right? When it really should maybe be the opposite way around because you didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
transfer fee for him. So you should have no problem giving him some money. But at the same time, Trent not doing himself justice because that game he had on Sunday there was a terrible game, and it's not because Trent can't defend. I see Trent defend already. Trent don't want to defend. So you have to pick it up if you want to get that big money contract. I hear rumors that he's saying he want to get the same amount of money as Salah. You know, bro. I mean, come on. For the kind of consistency Salah giving, you have to also think about it. You can't get the same money like Salah, bro. You
Mm-hmm.
can get a bigger raise, but you can't get the same money like Salah. Carry on, good.
I there, you know. I there. Busy day. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, man.
Are we talking Liverpool and the conundrum?
Nah, just in general, what you're looking for from your team and, in terms of the transfer window, I think
Transfers.
Ah,
improving in the January transfer window.
well, to stick on the trend topic, he gone. It seems to me like he gone,
I,
and I think
I feel that too.
I think his camp just waiting to finalize a few things on that move, and then they'll make an announcement. Like, I think the value is more to keep for Liverpool is more to keep Virgil and keep Salah, right?
I
Yep.
think so too.
I think after that season where Trent and Robertson was tit for tat in terms of assists, right? I don't think Trent has put up numbers in terms of assists. I mean, he has been consistent, but that year when they were going 1-for-1, 1-for-1, I don't think he's hit those heights. I think he may probably get 10 or so assists, and that's amazing for a defender. But
Mm.
the numbers that Salah putting up consistently, year after year, and the leadership that you're getting at the back with Virgil, right? I don't think, in terms of value, I think those two more valuable than Trent in that Liverpool team.
I agree.
Especially in that team that slot,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
They have the
Trent,
youngster too that came on for Trent. He did
Bradley.
so.
Bradley's a great defender. I think Bradley's a better defender than Trent,
Yeah.
right? Does he offer what Trent offering going forward? No, but he can cross a ball. He can get in a position and deliver across. So I don't know. Like, to me, I think Trent, out of the three of them, only two of them can get the money, as you say, and then I think Trent is the one that'll go.
Yeah. I see Rajiv saying there. So you feel they need a striker, a central defender, and a right back. Fofana out for the season. Reese's Glass. We buy DRC and those names I can't pronounce. And said to Murray and Chaloba.
All you had Guehi on all the books too. Mark Guehi
Yeah.
came through Chelsea system, and they sell Mark Guehi, and look, they want to buy back Mark Guehi.
Yeah, I think Mr. probably go Liverpool or somewhere there.
I don't know.
I mean,
If you go Liverpool, because Liverpool have Konate. Granted, Konate cannot stay fit, right? So there's a chance, but
Newcastle wanted him as well.
mhm, mhm. So I don't know. So Rajiv, you're checking Malo Gusto not good enough
boy,
to hold on that right back spot.
I like Gusto, as a
I
player.
don't know.
I like, I
Chelsea
like
has so
certain
many
I
players. I
like
don't
certain
know.
attributes of that player there.
Mm. We talk about what our team need.
Yeah, we talk a little bit about that. Then we talk a little bit about that. We talk about you know, left wing back. I think we need to get a midfielder that's comfortable on the ball, and I don't think we necessarily need a defender for now. I think our defense is okay. We have enough cover there
Yeah,
for the rest of the season. But to get a proven goal scorer, in January is tough. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely need that sometime between January and the summer. I just don't think these players we have are ready to be those finished articles.
okay.
Um,
I, I,
yeah.
I
So
agree. I agree.
do you have any Arsenal fans? Watching anybody? Any Arsenal fans in the chat? What are you guys looking for? I see Harvard's had one of the misses of the season today.
Yeah. I was only able to catch a little bit of that game. And there's something. If I was United, I'd break any bank for Isak.
Isak, boy.
We have
But
to.
I don't. But we have
What,
to sell,
what,
I don't think we. I
no,
don't
no,
think we
no,
can
no,
just
no.
go and.
What we would have to do? Make sure we get into the Champions League by the hook or by the crook.
Boy,
Right? We need to
right now, how
win
we get
Europa League,
big, bro. We
and
talk to that.
then win Europa League, and then try and pull Mister. That man is a monster. I don't think it's
Rafik asking, will Liverpool be willing to give 240 euros periods? I think, especially a man like Virgil. Virgil have another 2 or 3 years at the top level. The way Virgil plays, he has another couple of years at the top level, so you can give him another 2 year, maybe 2 year contract with a third year option, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Salah, I think playing games with the fans a little bit, saying, "Oh,
Salah want to stay. Salah want to stay, but
yeah,
Salah wants his money. That is
money.
Right? Because as in terms of when you do so much for a club and the club just the fans just love you. That is how them fans of Salah. Because if you think about it, without Salah goals over the past 4 or 5 seasons, you think Liverpool would be where they are in terms of challenging every city every year like that?
But you let the emotion get into that, my brother. He's man on his money, my brother. You have to pay up.
No,
That's what comes with success.
In success, yes, but the best player in the league, right? When you really think about it, the best player in the league should be probably one of the best paid players in the league. Right? Now, granted, take out Man United from the equation because we're stupid when it comes to paying players. Right? And maybe Man City. KDB, Haaland, take out them players from the league. Salah is the best player. Salah would probably very likely be the best paid player in the league. So I can't fault him for wanting his money. Right? But
well, Brad saying that PSG offering 500k, you want 400k. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a 2 year contract. 2 year contract, Brad.
Yeah.
2 year contract.
Yeah,
and a third year option.
And in that time,
only Salah 32.
32. Yeah, I think so. But the thing, like in that situation, they find a good understudy because right now Liverpool have a right-sided player besides Salah. Chiesa not fit. Chiesa came in not fit and he not staying fit. He not getting fit. So
I saw a rumor that I think is it Fiorentina. I think I was trying to see if they could get Chiesa.
Get Chiesa?
Yeah, I saw a rumor.
Chiesa not
he's on loan. Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever injury, maybe he doesn't get injured in Italy. They give him hospital center or something. I don't know. But
Fair enough.
But if Salah 33 in June and you give him a 2 year contract, I'm gonna bring him at 35 on the 400k. But them decisions can make or break your team, because
understandable.
If you think about it, right? If you compare that to a little bit to the NFL, right? That's kind of like what happens with teams, right? Because teams come in, they pay the players. The NFL is so quarterback heavy, right? You pay the quarterback out of the salary cap. If the salary cap is 100 million or whatever, the quarterback getting half of that, maybe more than half of that. So then you have to pay the rest of the guys on the team, for that money, unless if you don't want to go into luxury tax and all them things. And what happens is, a lot of times if you draft a good young quarterback, right, and you have some decent players around him, then you find the teams generally play well because you have good players in so many different positions. But then if let's say you consistently get to the Super Bowl, the quarterback sign a 4 year contract 3 out of the 4 years they get to the Super Bowl. Maybe if they're really good, they will get to a Super Bowl. They get to the playoffs. If they're really good, they get to a Super Bowl. They maybe win a Super Bowl. When it's time for that player for that quarterback contract, you're looking for a big contract,
Mm-hmm.
and that means you can't pay him and pay everybody else.
So that's
So
why Hill had to leave the Chiefs. Then
was that?
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, but that was part of it, you know. That
That
is
was
part of it
okay.
because yeah, that is part of it. The thing is that the when you have to pay, you know, one player half of your salary, your salary cap,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
that takes up a big portion of it, a big chunk of it. So, you know,
I mean, I don't know. I can understand like in that situation for Liverpool. Yeah.
boy, no, the thing is now,
Sustainability, PSR, all them kind of thing they have to come into play or whatever. I don't understand the PSR
I see
rules
Rafik saying,
and how it works.
something there, 50K not that big of an increase, bro. 50K a week
50K a
for
week.
2 years. It's plenty money, It's plenty money. So you have to think, you know, that can give that man another house, you know, in Egypt, you know, everything. You know what I'm saying? Another big house. That's plenty money. A man might say, you know, he's won everything in Liverpool. He won the league. He won the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? He'll go somewhere and make his payday. But if you're gonna go somewhere and make his payday, basically go to Saudi and get some serious money. But you know, I don't know. You let a player like that live for free.
If you
I
if
still
you,
feel
you when they say a week, they count in a full 52 or they count in the weeks.
yeah,
In
52 weeks,
total.
man, because it's
52.
basically what they're just doing is basically, you know, they say, you know, look, your salary is 10 million, you know, a year or whatever, 20 million a year. And they just basically divide it by 52, you know, and that's what your weekly pay is. So
2.6 million
yeah, that's plenty
a
money.
year.
That's plenty money. So you can't say it's not a significant, not just for if
And
PSG are paying
when you think that's
400K.
just the increase,
That's what I'm saying. That's just the increase. Because if PSG are paying 500K and he won 400, that's a 100K difference. You know, 100K difference over 2 years is plenty money. You know
Exactly.
that's like $10 million. You know,
Yeah.
you're talking about 5.2 million. You know, over the life of a year. You know, that's big. That's plenty money. So
Yep.
you know, but if money is what Salah looking for, in my opinion, then he can't be talking about going to PSG and them places. He need to talk about going Saudi. Saudi is where he'll make, you know, big money. So
Mhm.
you know, so I see.
But
It look
but
like
then
Brad resigned to Salah going. You know, the thing. It look like Brad want to give him the big contract.
but then I was listening to Talk Sport, and it seems like Saudi now on the strain too because they can't bring in too many foreign players. The most of those teams they are they're capped in terms of foreign players they can bring in, so they have to ship some
Mm-hmm.
out and bring some players in.
But I was listening to a conversation earlier. Well, actually, I was watching the show with Jamie Carragher and Paul Scholes, the fun debate thing on
Mm.
earlier today, and they were talking about, you know, the clubs. One of the football financial experts was talking about the issue
Yeah.
of the clubs not making money. He said only one team in the league is making a profit, and it's West Ham. And it's because the government is basically subsidizing West Ham Stadium, which is London Stadium that they use for the Olympics.
Mhm.
So that's the only reason West Ham making money. Everybody else is losing money. I think that's a bigger conversation in terms of what fans expect from their team because when you think about it, right now, United fans, Liverpool fans, you know, a bunch of the clubs, they're crying about the increase in ticket prices, right? You know, guys were paying 30, 40 pounds to go to a game, pretty much. No, you're talking about maybe 15 in high end areas or whatever. No, guys, I think they increased the United tickets to average of
66.
66 pounds. And so for us in America, that's something reasonable because you know you can go to any professional sport for that kind of money. I mean, maybe MLS. You can catch some MLS games for relatively cheap,
Yeah.
But in terms of the bigger leagues, baseball, um, football, definitely in NFL. NFL, you're talking about hundreds of dollars for a ticket to go to an NFL game. So to bring a family of 3 or 4 people to an NFL game, you're talking about a couple $1,000, bro. Plus, you haven't talked about parking, you haven't talked about concessions, you haven't talked about all those different things. So it's not really a family event if you go into NFL games. Now, in my opinion, fans are complaining about increasing in pricing, but the same fans crying every 2 seconds that their team not signing players, right? So where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? I mean, for people like us that don't live in the UK and we follow English football, as Kerry knows, we went to Old Trafford and we paid top dollar for them tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point you figure it's experience that it's something we want to experience, and we're willing to spend money for it. But if there is something we were looking to do every weekend, we couldn't be paying them kind of money for tickets,
Not at all. Not at all.
right? So how do we manage that? Like, what do you guys think about that whole scenario?
It's a catch-22, because looking at United, right? United probably bringing in the most revenue, or up there in terms of revenue, in terms of jerseys, ticket sales. That stadium full regardless.
every week.
Yep. Every game, sometimes 2-3 times a week, when you think about it, right? And for them not to be turning a profit, I can understand. I don't like it. I don't like to hear it, right? But it's not affecting me in terms of the cuts that Sejim making, in terms of cutting back on cost and thing. But then part of it too now comes down to, I guess, the salary of these players, right? Right now, it's
Mm-hmm.
massive money that talking. I think the bulk of the revenue that's coming in goes back out in player wages, transfer fees, right? So
Mm-hmm.
is a catch-22, because you want the quality in terms of the players, right? You want quality in terms of the product on the field, but then we don't want to really pay. Well, not I say we, but the fans having an issue with the increase in prices to maintain that level of quality on the field, right? It's inflation all around, right? So the inflation cannot affect just one side; it have to affect everybody.
Yeah.
So if transfer fees going up, player salaries going up, then the tickets have to reflect that, which I understand. It's not something that the English fans will like, because that is them. That is their week to week. Every week they go in and they want to go and watch a game. Right? So I can understand both sides of it. Where I don't know where I stand, because I watching it on TV. You know,
Yeah. Well,
it's
I
not really.
mean,
It's not,
I
it's not
guess
really.
Web, give your views before we bring it full circle.
I cannot have an opposing view on that. As you say, with everything, inflation have to reflect on everything, including ticket prices. What that not getting affected is what the dividends the owners getting. You check, and if the man getting 10 million a year, they getting 10 million a year, and that not change. And they have to put, like, to cover like the different things. They have to put the ticket prices. Manchester United is a commercial juggernaut. Them, you go on the website, you see a bunch. They have a watch, they have an airline, they have a DHL. If you go on the website, at the bottom of the website, you see the list of sponsors Manchester United have. Right? It's just that you remember Ed Woodward had an interview, and he said Manchester United can do things in the transfer window other clubs can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That year we had the Chevrolet deal. I think the first Adidas we just signed for Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
We had money and them man squander the money, them man do stupidness with the money. We buy the Murray for 60 mil, next year we sell him for 44. Right? Them man do nonsense with the money, and the club has money, it was just mismanaged.
Yeah.
And now that we put ourselves in a hole, they're trying to do everything now to cut costs and put everything now like trying to save face by putting up ticket prices and all of that. So I don't know. I just feel the club was mismanaged and giving players high salaries and whatnot, and also the debt the club was bought in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
We supposed to be seeing more on the field than what we getting out like for the prices.
so I would say, right, there are a few things to me. I think part of the problem is that the people who run in the Premier League, right, got greedy, where they wanted the TV money. Now fans will complain, right? The fans in England will complain that ticket prices going up, and when they go to the stadium, they just have a bunch of tourists and this and that. But those same fans will run around saying that the English Premier League is the biggest league in the world. But why is it the biggest league in the world? Because people like me and you are paying subscriptions to watch them, to watch
Mm-hmm.
play football in England. That is why they're making all that money, right? So now I yet to understand, and I'm not a finance person, right? But I'm yet to understand how the authorities in England could allow a team like Manchester United that was organically built, right, over 100 plus years, right, with zero debt, but with debt, for that debt to be going against the club. I just do not understand it. And if we can get a finance person to, maybe, I don't know if Brad is, I don't know if Brad know if he can explain it, but I don't understand how that making sense. It's like you pay off your house, right? Like you pay off your house, you're renting it. All of a sudden, no, you go back and take another mortgage on it again, and like it just don't making sense. It just don't making sense. It just doesn't. And we get to a point where we have Manchester United, a team that had zero debt 25 years ago, one of the most successful teams in England, and I guess in the world, if you want to call it that, is now saying that we cannot buy players because we haven't got money. We canceling a Christmas party for $250,000. Like, is that what we're
Yeah.
doing? Like, when you think about
So
it,
we come.
we had, and this is what I don't understand too, right? The Glazers and these people, and another point that was made on that thing I watched today was, right now the Premier League has 13 American owners, and I think there's one other club that is going to be bought by another American owner, and now that's going to make it 14, which means they're gonna have 14 American owners that are going to have the 2/3 majority to change certain things in the league. So watch and see what happens when the Americans take that, because as you guys know, Americans don't believe in that relegation business. They don't believe in all the things that make the leagues in Europe different
Great.
and great. Americans do not like it.
Mm-hmm.
So look at what happens. That European Super League thing, I don't think that thing is going anywhere. I think that thing will be right back in a couple years.
I think they
They accomplish it
yeah,
with the former league
some
Champions
other
League.
competition they call it. I try to remember the name, but I think
Club
it's
World
similar.
Cup,
The what?
the Club World Cup, whatever it is.
No, FIFA trying to take it for themselves.
Hmm.
That's what happening. People
Mm.
trying to take it for themselves and make money off of it. So
Think,
here we have the Club World Cup, which I don't which
look, look, Brad saying something. Think of that, right? Since the Glazers bought Manchester United, we've paid $800 million in interest on something that we had already had. We had it in our hand with we didn't owe
And
anybody for it.
it's not their money.
But That's what I'm
It's
talking
not
about.
just
800 million in interest plus
The dividends they taking out.
billion we have spent in the transfer market, wasted money.
And the dividends they taking every year.
every year. They're
It's
not putting a
madness, bro.
dime in.
I don't understand it. I really don't.
That's just capitalism at its best. It's just good business and nothing me and yours.
But it's good business for them.
For the,
Good
exactly,
business
that's
for
why the
them.
rich will always stay rich. You think if we go, you and I go to a bank and we say we want to buy Manchester United, they will give us the money.
And imagine for you to say, I want to buy Manchester United and I want to take a loan to buy it.
Right. Them man never put a dime in the club, you know, and every year they get the money. So
You know.
It's milking
And then
it.
even though when the Sheikh was trying to buy Manchester United outright, credit debt, do all them things, they still didn't decide to sell it for him.
is no,
Yeah, because
no, because
because
they get the money every year.
over time, they would lose that cash flow.
Bro,
Yep.
that kind of money the man was gonna. I don't know. I get maybe that man. That's why I'm not a millionaire. But I don't really get it, bro. I don't really understand because if you buy an asset, you didn't use your money, right? And the asset now has so much debt against it, and somebody says, you know what, we're gonna buy it. We'll pay off the debt. We'll pay you more money on top of it. And they still say no. I don't know. I know Radcliffe come now. Radcliffe canceling Christmas party. Bro, them think that a bit me vex. Because them people working year wrong. The cooks is not who making Manchester United play bad, bro. Because the cooks are cooking what they are told to cook. The cooks is not who making Manchester United play bad. You punishing them, you canceling Christmas party. I saw something that said Bruno Fernandes wanted to pay for the Christmas party. He went to the uppers and said that he'll pay for it, and they tell him no. He cannot allow to throw no Christmas party. Like you punishing the people. And Kerry, as Kerry can see, we've been to the Manchester area. It's not London. It's not London, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that the only thing you could think of what brought fame and notoriety to them areas in England is football, you know? Football and Robin Hood, them two things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's just madness. But anyway, so yeah, we're wrapping up. We almost about 9 o'clock. We appreciate everybody in the comments, everybody tuning in. You know, sometimes guys, just bear with us, all right? We all have 9 to 5s and 9 to 9, some of us, and we're trying to do a little positive vibes, So sometimes if we say we're coming on Monday and we don't come on Monday, but just keep an eye out for the YouTube, notify, watch all this, watch all the thing, put all the notifications on for when we live, and come on and then share the live, support the page, and just bear with us, and we want you guys to call in, man. We want you guys to call in. We want people to call in, We're still trying to figure out a way to make it easy for you guys to call in or to type in all them website and all them things there, but we'll figure it out. All right, so bear with us, everybody.
Yeah, man.
With that said, fellas, or nothing else?
Nothing for me. I'm satisfied with the football we played this weekend, and I'm looking forward to more of that. Will we get that?
Southampton next.
So
We'll see.
You see, we lose to Southampton.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me.
We will deal with that. But we have FA Cup this weekend. So
Yeah, big game this weekend. Oh, you should do a watch along with that too. Big game Arsenal.
What time is that game? Let me see. Is it Saturday? Is it Saturday? Let me see.
No, Sunday. Sunday at 10 a.m.
Sunday 9 a.m. or 9 my side.
9 a.m. So yeah, we can do a watch along, man. I mean,
10 a.m. Eastern.
We can do a watch along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post to it. We can do a watch along for sure. So anybody want to join us on the watch along, you guys are more than welcome. The only thing we ask is, keep it family friendly, all right? No F bombs, no L bombs, no M bombs, just keep it friendly. All right. All right, everybody. We'll turn on the link for the watch along, and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah, bless.